In my attempt to intertwine the many elements of spiritual backlash into a cohesive narrative thread, I'll be raising the stakes for Chapter 12, to show that spiritual victory doesn't mean instant peace. Chapter 12. Echoes of the Broken. Opening scene. A quiet before the storm setting. Mrs. Patricia's house, 2 days after deliverance. Peace seems to have settled over the home. Jacob is eating again, sleeping peacefully. The family prays together in the mornings, the radio plays worship softly throughout the day. But the air still feels heavy, like the walls remember something they don't want to say. Spiritual residue. Lucinda burns the last of her oils, finally discarding a black cloth pouch Mama Lou once told her never to open. She opens it. Inside, a faded paper with an unfamiliar symbol drawn in red. That night, Patricia wakes with a violent migraine. Lucinda forgets her own name briefly while cooking. The stove flames suddenly flare and go out. Jacob draws again. A city block with faces on fire. Ezra's attack, the dream corridor. Setting: Ezra's apartment, late at night. Ezra is asleep, Bible open on his chest. He dreams. He's walking down a hallway filled with doors. Behind each, he hears screaming, familiar voices: Patricia, Jacob, even his own mother's voice calling from behind one. A voice whispers, "You freed them, but you never asked who else was listening." He turns and sees himself in a cracked mirror. His reflection bleeds from the eyes. He wakes up gasping, hands trembling. His Bible is open to Ezekiel chapter 13, "You have profaned me among my people, and encouraged the wicked." Doubt enters. Ezra stares at his own hands. Did I go too far? Did I break a wall I wasn't meant to touch? Neighborhood disturbance, the ground remembers. Setting: South Side, just outside Patricia's building. Reports begin circulating. A girl on the block claims to see a goat-faced man outside her bedroom at 3:03 a.m. A mural on a neighborhood wall mysteriously changes overnight, Jesus' eyes are blackened, and children's handprints appear below it in ash. Several streetlights burst simultaneously. An elderly man mutters, "The old ones are awake again." Ezra walks the neighborhood, praying quietly. He finds a girl's drawing on the sidewalk, a figure identical to Jacob's shadow. Underneath, "Not done." Connecting the dots, the route is wider. Ezra meets with Lucinda and Patricia again. He explains. Breaking a curse is like collapsing a building. You clear your family's part, but the foundation ran under other homes too. That spirit made contracts, and your bloodline was just one signature. Lucinda remembers. Mama Lou didn't work alone. She was part of a circle, a sisterhood of spiritualists who blended Christian and Caribbean rituals. They made pacts to protect their community from racism, violence. But through the wrong spirits. Ezra now realizes, this isn't just about one family, it's territorial. A principality cloaked in protection that used broken mothers and fearful grandmothers to stay rooted. Climax: a fire on the block. That night, an abandoned house 2 doors down catches fire. The flames form a shape in the window. Ezra arrives before the fire trucks. As he prays aloud, a neighbor begins speaking in tongues, uncontrollably. Another drops to the ground, convulsing. Ezra doesn't flinch. He opens his Bible and begins to read aloud from Psalm chapter 91. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. The flames shrink. The woman calms. But Ezra knows, this isn't over. The spirit is territorial, and it's losing ground. Ending beat. The assignment broadens. Ezra returns to his apartment. On his wall, someone has slipped a note under the door. No one saw who. It reads. The circle remains. We remember. And we're watching. Ezra lifts his Bible, his voice low but firm. Good. Let them watch. I walk in the light.